are talking all things belly fat and insulin resistance. Now, why are we talking about this? Who the heck are we if you don't know us? I'm Penelope. I've lost 156 pounds. I used to be 320 pounds.
More now.
And more now. And
It's so cool. She's like down to her last like 6 or 7 pounds. It's really amazing.
I'm so excited.
I'm so proud of you.
I'll give you guys free weight loss advice. And to the 14.2% that are subscribed, you guys are doing something right here. So thank you for all your support. We really appreciate it. But seriously, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. I'm at a healthy weight now. Like I'm in a great BMI range. But I just have goals. We all have goals.
There's always a next step, isn't there? So Penelope and I founded Step It Up. We help women to lose weight naturally, and I've been geeking out about this stuff for 30 years, actually my entire life. I was born into an eating disordered household, and we're here to crack the code. Crack the code, which is actually the code that you were born with. It's nature in its beautiful form, and sometimes we just have to wrap our head around it. Like, why do I have so much belly fat? Like, if you have a big belly and you're uncomfortable when you sit down, even going to the bathroom, putting your shoes on is challenging, getting in and out of the car, we get it. I mean, when you were 320 pounds, Penelope,
I couldn't go up the steps. I couldn't walk up a hill. I couldn't even, getting out of bed was a workout for me. Going to the bathroom was a workout for me, which is really sad because those are normal things that everyone should be able to do with excellent comfort.
Yeah, but you got yourself there, and the belly fat is a response, your body's response to storing excess insulin. So insulin, believe it or not, is a really important thing for your body.
So tell me about this gut-brain axis insulin thing.
So just to talk about insulin, you might be like, well, what is insulin? I've heard about it. Diabetics inject it and whatnot. Insulin, your body's top priority. You know why? Because your brain needs it. And your brain is going to prioritize it. It's going to be like, hey, I need that insulin. But your brain doesn't need as much insulin as you might be eating, because if you're on a carbohydrate diet, eating donuts and cakes and pastries and more than you need, your body's going to store that as fat. And what happens is your blood glucose level goes high when you eat those foods, and then your body stores it because it's like, oh, well, I might need it later on. What else is it going to do with it? And if you're not using it, it's going to store it. And so there's another key to this equation, and that's inflammation. Now, if anyone's been looking at the news, you will know that inflammation leads to all chronic disease, whether it's heart disease, cancer, diabetes, saggy skin, bad mood, and so on and so forth. And there's a lot of reasons why our bodies create inflammation. It's actually another protective mechanism. Our bodies are so amazing. You're not broken, by the way, if you can't lose the fat. You just might need a few keys in the equation to like get the whole thing rolling. So there's this thing in your belly called your gut microbiome. And I know we're going like step by step. Trust me, they are all related. But when your gut is off because you've taken a lot of medication, or you've had a poor, eating habits, or you live a sedentary lifestyle, you are going to have dysbiosis. You're going to have like an imbalance in your large intestine. You might notice that as diarrhea or constipation or flatulence or bloating. And when you get your gut back online by eating healthy whole foods, giving yourself plenty of vegetables, fruits that have their fiber intact.
Oh, and one hint, don't take the probiotics that you see online. That stuff is usually all a bunch of BS. We had a gastroenterologist come on, and she totally exposed the entire industry and how she tested her supplements, and it's just not good. So eat the natural fermented whole foods. That's your best source and your best bet.
It's almost too shocking to even understand these ancient traditions of fermenting foods and how beneficial they can be, because they make it all the way. She said that over 90% of the probiotics they tested were just completely useless.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah, they didn't show up in the gut because you got a lot of things to pass through on the way to the gut. Anyway, so if your gut is off, chances are you're going to have more inflammation. If you're eating a high sugar diet that's going to produce a lot of insulin and glucose levels higher in your body, you're going to have inflammation. So there is this correlation between the gut and the brain and the fat that you're storing. And so if you want to help yourself out, which I think is the most important thing in this video that we can share with you, is to eat plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables so you get the fiber and your gut can reset itself. And what we've noticed in our group is the women are getting completely rejuvenated taste buds, which means that foods that tasted good to them before just don't taste good to them anymore.
Which is amazing. Like, imagine having the freedom without a drug or a pill, it's all natural, that you can eat a Snickers bar and say, this is gross. You probably, you may think that will never happen to you. but the things that are happening with us, with our girls, it's possible. So I want to give you that hope.
Another thing that you can do is start setting your alarm on your phone. And every hour, have a bell go off. Now, it's shocking how quickly an hour goes by. And I want you to do that because if you're sitting down more, like if like a bell goes off, you need to get up and just move around. Even if you're just walking to check the laundry, or maybe dusting your room, or you're getting a glass of water, or you're checking the mail, whatever it is, sedentary lifestyles are the new cigarette smoking. So if you want to reduce your inflammation, you want to reduce your insulin levels, all you got to do is get up more frequently. You can even do calf raises if getting up isn't easy for you. Or maybe put like a walker in front of your chair and just get up and down a few times. We had one of our members do that yesterday, not with a walker, but she just decided she's working all day and she is in meetings back to back. She scheduled in a little extra time and then she ended up doing squats.
And
just
you were
at her desk.
saying that sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, it's good.
You were saying that moving your body all day reduces your glucose spikes by 33%, which is quite a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Over time, that means your body's going to store less fat.
It's amazing.
And you're going to have less belly fat as a result. Yeah, it could be so simple, but you just have to learn how to work with your body. You don't need an injection. And if you're on the injection for weight loss, it's okay. You're not meant to be on it for the rest of your life. You can get off of it, and we're here to help. It's possible. Your body can heal itself. It's absolutely possible.
I love what you said to me one time. You said energy that's not moving or is not used cannot be stored or destroyed or something.
Oh, the law of thermodynamics. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, which is such an interesting thing to try to wrap your head around.
True. And I love when you said that because I was like thinking like sometimes it feels like a big hill to climb if you're really overweight to like move all day. You're like, but I can't even really move at all. But think about it, like just getting off of your chair and getting back down could be like how you use that energy. But as long as you're moving all day and a little bit, it will add up eventually.
Absolutely. And if you track your steps like you do, you'll see that firsthand. Another thing that is less talked about but is equally as important is stress. How do you know you're stressed? I mean, because honestly, when you're stressed, usually you're in an overwhelm cycle and you're not even aware of it. Everyone else around you is aware of it. I know I don't want to admit that I'm stressed. Like people will say to me who are like you, or even, my boyfriend will be like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, you seem really stressed. I'm like, I'm not stressed. What are you talking about? And you're like, yes, you are. Yeah. So it's hard to know. How do you know you're stressed? If, especially if people around you are telling you, but
Can
like,
I call you out right now?
Sure.
In a past video, you said, we're all stressed about things we don't need to be stressed about. I feel like you and I are like the most guilty people in the room. We're the only people in the room right now, but I feel like we're super guilty of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think our society is. We've just decided that we're going to stress about things that don't actually matter. Like 100 years ago, we didn't care about certain things that we're like stressing about now.
There are books about this. There's no doubt.
This thing is the biggest stressor, I feel.
Yeah, well, we're mistaking things for the lion, they say. So we used to get stressed because, like, I don't know if something was threatening your safety, and that's really good stress. But honestly, I would love for everyone who's watching this video to just reflect for a moment. What is causing stress in my life? Is it my relationships? Is it my financial situation? Is it my weight? I mean, because honestly, when we're overweight, it causes stress. There's like shame. There's like, if I don't get my workout in the morning, I feel stressed. Yeah.
It's such a silly thing because now you're going to gain more weight than you would have if you had just been like, okay, I'm going to work out later or tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, stress just plays a huge role. And I think that our minds, one of the reasons our program is so successful is that the mindset piece is so key. And how you think about things and your perspective and the lens through which you're looking at your life is really impacting your health outcomes, how well you're sleeping, how much fat you're storing, how much inflammation you're experiencing, how well you're aging, how beautiful your skin is. And so we need people around us to be a stand for what's good and true and to reflect back to us when we need some course correction. And that's why the beauty of the support group that we've created is so powerful. It's very simple, it's very inexpensive, and it's so, so powerful because change is confronting.
Very confronting.
Transformation is not supposed to be easy. I mean, just look when there's an earthquake or a tsunami or a fire, that's a transformation. And it's like, it's dramatic. And when we're losing weight, it's a transformation. You lost an entire person.
Yeah, I did.
160 plus pounds is an entire human being.
Or 2 toddlers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, but you had like a person
Yeah, I know.
like
I
that
had
was
a person
suffocating you.
hanging over my front and my back.
And you were like literally, like
I still have to like work on like correcting my posture because I still, yeah.
but maybe you can relate to this.
Yeah.
Because Penelope's not the only one. And I heard the other day that over 70% of America is overweight. And that is a tragedy. And Ozempic, from our perspective, is not the answer. You and I had to get to the root of why we put the weight on in the first place. And so do you.
Yeah.
Because you should have the freedom and the joy and the peace that only health can provide for you. And you can't buy it.
So if you want to join our women's accountability group, the link is down below in the description. If you want to learn how we lost weight without loose skin, the program that we have literally teaches you that. And Mom also made an amazing free ultimate skincare guide, which is also linked down below. So please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We love to hear from you guys. We love to see you guys subscribe and comment. We just love you guys. We think you're amazing. Thank you for all your support, and we hope to see you all the time. We help women beat obesity with our Step It Up system without relying on drugs like Ozempic within 90 days. Click the link in the description to learn how to lose weight without drugs like Ozempic.